Because most women don't quit diets because they stop working. They quit because they stop feeling like it's working. That's what gratitude changes. When you shift your focus from, I have so far to go, to, look how far I've come, you create momentum.
Welcome to Talkin' Shit, the podcast where we get real about the unfiltered truths women face in the quest for perfection. I'm Jana, your host, a dietitian and fellow woman navigating the pressure to have it all together, the perfect body, career, relationships, and making it all look effortless. Who set that standard anyway? Here, we're calling out the diet fads, hustle culture, beauty standards, and everything else that keeps us feeling stuck. But we're not just venting, we're diving into how to break free and rewrite the rules on your terms. So grab a coffee or a glass of wine and let's talk some shit. Together, we'll uncover how to live a life that's unapologetically yours. This is Talkin' Shit. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to the Talkin' Shit podcast. I'm Jana, your host, and I'm so glad you're here because today we're diving into something that most women completely overlook in their weight loss journey. And honestly, it might be the missing piece that changes everything. Today, I'm going to be talking about gratitude and how it directly impacts your ability to lose weight, feel good in your body, and finally create lasting success. But not the fluffy kind of gratitude that you write in a journal and never think about again. I'm talking about active gratitude, the kind that helps you rewire your mindset, shift your energy, and break free from the never good enough cycle that keeps so many women stuck. Because here's the truth. If you keep dismissing your small wins, you'll never feel like you're winning, no matter how much progress you make. And that's what we're unpacking today. Why gratitude matters, how it changes your brain and your body, and why, just like in sports, 1 point can win the game. Ready to lose weight, feel in control around food, and build a lifestyle that actually lasts? The Healthy Body Collective is my monthly coaching community where you get expert guidance from me, Jana, live coaching, real accountability, and a supportive group of women who actually get it. You can click the link in the show notes to join now. See you inside. So let's be honest for a second. How many times have you looked in the mirror or stepped on the scale and said, it's not enough? Or I should be further by now. Or yeah, I lost weight, but I still have more to go. That constant dismissal of progress, that inner narrative of I'm not there yet, is the exact reason why so many women stay stuck. Because when you tell yourself your progress doesn't count unless it's perfect or finished, your brain stops registering success altogether. And if your brain never gets the satisfaction of success, it stops seeking it. That's why you can lose 5 pounds and still feel like a failure, or eat healthy all week and still feel guilty over one dessert. You've trained your mind to focus on what's missing instead of what's working. But here's what I want you to hear. If you never give yourself credit, you'll never feel good enough, no matter what the scale says. Your brain craves reward. It's built for it. When you acknowledge your small wins, you release dopamine, the motivation chemical. That dopamine reinforces the behavior that you got the win and that it counts. So when you celebrate your progress, your brain says, oh, that felt good. Let's do it again. But when you ignore or minimize your wins, your brain says, why bother? And that's exactly how the cycle of inconsistency, frustration, and self-sabotage begins. So let me give you an example of something that I hear from so many women. They come to me and they say, I'm just not able to lose weight, or I've only lost 5 pounds, or I only lost a pound this week. That is an example of dismissal of progress. Because in order to lose 20 pounds, you first have to lose 1 pound. And every freaking pound deserves to be celebrated. That is gratitude. That is thanking your body for doing what you want it to do. That shifts your mindset. That shifts your chemistry. That shifts your body into appreciation, into gratitude, and into you actually allowing your body to continue to do what it already knows to do. So gratitude is not just a feel-good practice, it's a focus practice. When you train your mind to look for what's working instead of what's wrong, everything starts to shift. Because the more gratitude and grateful you are for your body, the more likely you are to take care of it. The more you celebrate progress, the more consistent you become. And the more consistent you are, the better your results. Gratitude doesn't make you lose weight faster. It makes you stay in the game longer. Think about it. You don't quit things that make you feel good. You quit when you feel like you're failing. And again, so many women tell me that they have lost 10 pounds and then they're not able to lose any more weight. But oftentimes, when we get more curious, that 10 pounds, they completely dismiss. And again, they say it's never good enough. And so they quit, they throw up their hands, and they go back to their old behaviors versus celebrating 10 freaking pounds that you lost and continuing to create that progress. Because most women don't quit diets because they stop working. They quit because they stop feeling like it's working. That's what gratitude changes. When you shift your focus from, I have so far to go, to, look how far I've come, you create momentum. Gratitude keeps you grounded in what's real, not what's missing. So I want to share a metaphor I use a lot with my coaching clients, and it's one that always clicks. Think about your health journey like a game. So this actually came because I grew up in sports. My family was a very, very much so a sports family. From my brother, sister, and myself, we all played sports. I personally played basketball and water polo. And so I like to think of things from a competition perspective, but also from a game perspective. And when we think about your health journey like a game, every choice you make, every meal, every walk, every small moment, you keep a promise to yourself. It's like scoring a point. Now, here's the thing. You don't need to win by 50 points. You just need to win by 1. In football, basketball, soccer, it doesn't matter how many points the winning team has. A win is a win. Whether you win by 1 point or by 50 points, it counts the same. So why do you keep acting like if you're not crushing it, it doesn't count? If you walk today, that's 1 point. If you chose water over soda, that's 1 point. If you didn't binge when you were stressed, that's 1 point. If you stopped talking down to yourself, that's like 1,000 freaking points. And guess what? Those points add up. Every day you show up with the small wins, you're building momentum. And the women who win the game, it's not because they were perfect. It's because they decided to keep scoring one small, and I'm air quoting small, point at a time. So they didn't quit. Gratitude helps you see those points because when you don't count them, you convince yourself that you're losing, even when you're actually ahead. So let's get a little scientific first a second because you know I love science. When you practice gratitude, your body releases serotonin and dopamine, chemicals that calm your nervous system and improve your mood. This matters for weight loss because when you're constantly in stress mode, rushing, judging, criticizing yourself, your body produces more cortisol. And cortisol directly impacts your hunger, your cravings, and how your body stores fat. So when you start focusing on gratitude, when you slow down and celebrate progress, you're not just changing your mindset, you're literally changing your hormone environment. And grateful bodies are calm bodies. And a calm body digests better, sleeps better, and makes better food choices. Gratitude keeps you out of the all or nothing, fight or flight mode. It helps you stay grounded in peace, and peace is where progress happens. So, how do you actually apply this? Here's an example that I give to my coaching clients and an exercise that you can try on for yourself. At the end of every day, write down 3, and again, I'm air quoting, small wins, things you did to move your health forward. They don't have to be big. In fact, they probably aren't, because big wins usually don't actually get us the furthest in our health journey. So it could be I drank my water, I didn't skip lunch, I walked for 10 minutes, I spoke kindly to myself after dinner. Then I want you to look at that list and say out loud, these count. Because they do. You don't need perfect days to change your life. You just need to collect small wins and stack them up. When you start acknowledging those moments, you shift your identity from I'm always behind to I'm someone who follows through. And that's where real transformation begins. So let me leave you with this. You will never hate your body into a body you love. You'll never criticize yourself into consistency, and you'll never find joy in a journey that you refuse to celebrate. Actually, let me say that last one again. You'll never find joy in a journey that you refuse to celebrate. The women who win at this, who truly transform their health, they're not perfect. They're just present. They notice progress. They celebrate small victories because they understand that 1 point wins the game. So as you go through your week, I want you to start catching yourself. Every time that inner critic says it's not enough, I want you to pause and ask, what if it actually is? Because every choice you make towards health is a point on the board, and all you need to do is keep scoring. Thank you for spending time with me today. You know that it is such an honor for me that you give a portion of your time to my voice and to my thoughts. So thank you so much for your time. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another woman who needs to be reminded that she's doing better than she gives herself credit for. You don't need to overhaul your life to feel proud of yourself. You just need to start acknowledging what's already working. Until next time, take care of your body, speak kindly to yourself, and remember, you're worth the work. And as always, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep talking about the shit that truly matters. See you next time.